Well, that was an awkward little spot. I was spinning a little bit, but I just had to get my front tires up on the curb and try not to smash the dumpster, but we got it. Well, good morning. Today's video sponsor is Docket software, and Docket software, I've been talking about them for over 5 years now. They sponsored the channel for the last couple of years, but I've been preaching their praises before they even sponsored the channel. If you guys are looking to expand your business or just streamline everything in your business, Docket is the place to go. I will leave a link down below, and if you guys are looking for a free demonstration of Docket, I highly recommend them. They will help with basically all the systems inside your business. I can't recommend them enough. I got that one dumped and dropped. We got a 15-yard on here we're going to deliver now. I was doing a consultation the other day and I got asked an interesting question and I didn't really know how to answer it, so I thought I gave it my best answer at the time, but I've thought about it quite a bit since then. And I think it's an interesting topic. Now, it's a little bit controversial, and I would like for you guys to weigh your opinions on this. But I was talking to somebody who was looking to start a dumpster business, and they were asking me what to start with. And I didn't really have, I never really have like a solid answer what kind of equipment you should start with. Should you start with the truck? Should you start with the trailer, hook lift, cable pull? I think that really depends on your situation, your finances, and things like that. But this person brought up, they thought that they should probably start with the trailer because it would help them learn to drive and pick up dumpsters and things like that.
Keep right to stay on Wisconsin 23 trunk east.
Help them gain experience by starting with the trailer. And the more I think about it, I think that is kind of, there is probably some truth to that. I know, like, I'm not old, but when I was a kid, my parents wanted me to learn how to drive a stick shift because, you know, 25 years ago or whatever,
east for 9 miles.
There was still a lot of manual, you know, vehicles in the world. Nowadays, there really isn't. Some of you older guys or guys older than me will understand that driving a manual was an important part of life. I mean, if you couldn't drive manual versus if you could drive manual could put you ahead, like in a on your resume, literally. Just being able to drive a manual vehicle would put you ahead of the next guy that couldn't drive a manual. And the more I got to thinking about it, I think there is some element of truth to that. To guys that are starting with a truck and trailer setup, really teaches you the mechanics and just, I think, makes you a better dumpster driver in the long run. I'm not saying that guys that start with a truck, a hook lift, or a cable truck aren't going to be good at what they do. I do think that learning to drive a truck and a trailer, learning to back up with a trailer, because there's a lot less room for error with a truck and a trailer than there is with just a roll-off. I think that may be the way for a lot of guys to go. Now, if you have a truck that's capable of pulling a trailer, you know, and you're looking to start in the dumpster business, I think having that truck automatically sets you up potentially to get started cheaper by going the trailer route. Now, this isn't like sponsored by any trailer companies or anything like that. There's no real reason for this video other than I thought it was an interesting topic, and I've never, I guess, really talked about it. Leave your guys' thoughts and comments as to should maybe some people start with a trailer. I think it's good for everybody to learn to drive with a trailer and learn how to back up a trailer, and it's surprising how many people don't know how to do it, just like it's surprising how many people can't drive a manual. And so I think those are just like good life skills that everyone should possess, whether they use it or not. I know for me, I knew how to drive a truck and a trailer and back up and stuff like that, but starting with the trailer, the roll-off trailer, I feel like I did gain some skills that I probably would not have learned had I not started that way. Well, you guys missed it, but I dropped this one, and we're on a hill. It's hard to see in the camera, but big hill going down, and the sucker jumped off the rails. That's where I think some of these like this are actually easier with trailer, because you can really jackknife. With the truck, we can't jackknife, so you got to be straight on. And here with the trailer, I can jackknife, and I don't, like here when I'm dropping that back there, I have to drive forward because it's not going to roll off. I have to drive forward to keep it on the rails, and or to get it off the rails. You can see, look at how the dumpster jumped to the left. You can see where the rails are compared to where the dumpster actually sat. So we jumped off of there. But we got her. It's gonna be a fun one to pick up. And maybe that's where a hook lift shines. I don't know. Up or down incline, totally fine. But when you're on like a side incline like that, it's, I don't know, it can be a little bit difficult. 20 yard on here picked up. It's actually really close to that drop off. But yeah, leave your guys' comments as far as starting with the trailer. I think starting with the trailer, starting with the trailer really gets you connected with the nuts and the bolts and the basics of hauling, picking up, dumping, dumpsters. I don't think you quite get that with a truck.
On Wisconsin 28 East for 2 miles.
I think that you'll learn your capabilities all around if you start with a trailer, be a better truck driver in the future. That's my opinion, and I know this is maybe a little bit controversial, and I'm not saying there's a right or a wrong way. And I think if you're a guy who drives trucks and trailers, not necessarily dumpster trailers, and you start with the truck, you basically already have that knowledge to work off of, which I think that's ultimately the most important part of what I'm trying to say. But I thought it was an interesting topic, and I haven't heard anybody talk about it, and I figured I'd kind of share my feelings and maybe get some feedback from you guys as dumpster drivers yourselves, what you think of it. I know a lot of guys started with trailers and probably are happy that they did and have moved on to trucks. I got a bunch of dumpsters to do, and Jake is off today getting ready for a fishing tournament, so I am driving solo, and I got a lot to do. Yeah, leave your comments, suggestions. Don't forget, I do consultations for dumpster businesses, whether you're established, starting, or somewhere in between. My email's in the description if you guys are interested in that. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one.